You know Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful from NBC's Shark Tank, and I think he completely runs over this government worker on an interview here on CNBC. It's amazing. I had to share it. Let's get into it. So here we go. We're on CNBC. It's the middle of the day. There's Kevin O'Leary, top right-hand corner, Mr. Wonderful, and the dude on the left, our government worker, we'll call him, and let's see what he has to say.
There's something that needs to be done based on what the events of the past couple of weeks, Secretary?
Absolutely. No question about it. First of all, the whole issue here is not simply about an individual company or an individual issue. It's about the honesty of the marketplace and the reliability of the marketplace and the danger a defective and dishonest marketplace has to our economy. We're at a time of contracting economy. Having this type of activity going on the way it is just unacceptable. There's no doubt. The one thing that everyone in this discussion can agree about it, there is no reality to these trades and these issues that we've been speaking about. They're not based on...
Wrong. There's total reality about what is the non-reality?
Well, it's not a reality to these trades. I don't feel the reality.
It's reality. I shouldn't have cut him off. Let him continue, and we'll listen to what Mr. Wonderful has to say.
On anything other than speculation. And clearly, when the market is engaging in that type of conduct, that is not good. I think it's a broader question, though. I think the whole issue of shorting has to be addressed. Whether shorting, whether it's by hedge funds or anybody, is in the best interest of the market. Clearly, shorting is going to go on, and we need to have shorting as a defense in the marketplace. But there should be some restrictions on shorting. Maybe it's on the uptick. There needs to be a review by the national regulator on shorting in the marketplace. Having said that, in the short run, no pun intended, it is extremely important, I think, to get control of the marketplace back again. I voiced my concern the other day about the effect on unsophisticated investors. Obviously, some of those who think they're sophisticated took offense at that. I'm concerned about the marketplace, though, and I'm concerned about the spillover effect of all of this activity on other aspects of the market, ETFs, other aspects of the market, which weakens the overall situation. This is not a good time to be playing these games. The national regulator needs to get involved here, and promptly. In addition to that, I think, as I suggested previously, if we didn't trade in these types of issue at all, this particular one I was speaking was GameStop, for a period of time, I think that would have an effect. I'm not just talking about those who trade through Reddit or individual investors. I'm talking about people across the board. There needs to be a review of this entire conduct. This is extremely dangerous to the marketplace and dangerous to our economy.
What do you think, Kevin?
I don't agree with any of that. The truth is the market has always been a speculative place. No, but
Dude, who doesn't love Mr. Wonderful, man? I don't agree with any of that either. I mean, I think that's the biggest bunch of bullshit ever. Like, that's a government bureaucrat who's never done a goddamn motherfucking thing. Like, I guarantee you, that dude's never run a business. 100%. Like, I don't even need to look him up to know that dude's never done anything. Anything, dude. I know it just right off the bat.
What we need to do is we need the regulators to step in and maybe pause the market. Maybe we need to talk about it a little bit more.
Dude, that guy doesn't know anything. And, well, let's just let Mr. Wonderful talk for a minute here and square this guy up.
I think you have to hear the other side of this, Bill, because at the end of the day, there's some very powerful forces in play here that are actually good. So let me take a shot at it. The definition of the market is speculation. When you buy and stay long a stock, you're speculating the profits you hope are going to come finally appear, and you take that risk. The best thing we could do for this market now is leave it alone and just shine the light of transparency on it.
Yep.
If you are short, let it be transparent. You now run a new risk that these effective social media vigilantes are going to come after you and squeeze you as a short. That's going to make a lot of hedge funds think a second time before they try and go short stocks, which I think is great. But here's the point that I think everybody is missing. 4 or 5 years ago, we had 100 million Americans with nothing set aside for their retirements. We still do. And that's because our educational system, including the one in Massachusetts where I had my kids and they grew up in, best schools in the world, I would argue, they taught them nothing about investing. And then along comes a platform like Robinhood, and all of a sudden, kids in their 20s and 30s that would never get touched by Money Center Bank or an online broker because they're not a profitable account. They only have a few $100s to invest. Vlad and his team create this platform and now have millions of people learning about the ways of the market. And the market, even for sophisticated investors.
They're learning by losing, though. They're learning by losing.
They're learning by losing, Kevin. Kevin, they're losing.
Not yet. Maybe soon, but not yet. Actually, I thought losing is a great way to learn. It's one of the best ways to learn. So obviously, again, that dude's never done anything except get himself put as Secretary of the state of Massachusetts. I've never lost at anything. No shit. You've never done anything either. All right, Kevin, get back on this guy.
Every investor loses money, Bill. Every loser. Everyone learns from the market.
I don't think we.
So you're going to protect me from losing money? Are you kidding? Speculation is definition of the market.
I don't kid.
Yeah, the bottom line is when you put money in harm's way in the market, you risk it. That will always be the way after both you and I are gone. And the more regulation you put on it, the more you hurt it. Because some people to investing a millisecond is an investment, and others 10 years. And you shouldn't have the right to define it for them. Let the market do that. That's what the market does. If we want viable capital markets, you have to let the market be the market. Just shine transparency on it. Don't try and make rules that have all kinds of second consequences that you can't determine at this point.
There is no transparency. There is no transparency here.
It's more transparent today.
In many aspects.
He totally gets that dude doesn't know what he's talking about. What's happened on WallStreetBets and on Reddit. Actually, it's like the ultimate transparency. Stuff's taking place on a completely public forum on the internet. It's the most transparent. All those hedge funds, you have no idea what they're doing. Big banks, you have no idea what they're trading. This is the most transparent. The guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just sprouting words.
You can't say that what happened over the last 48 hours, the last two trading sessions, wasn't driven by transparency. We've never had millions of people at night talking to each other in social media saying, there's a hedge fund that's short. Let's go get them. You know, you want to stick it to the man? I have no problem with it.
Being made. The problem is...
I think it's...
No, sir. Did he just say no certainty of the statements being made? I'm gonna rewind that. What? I got to rewind that. Let me hear that again.
I want to stick it to the man. I have no problem with it.
Being made. The problem
I
is,
think it's
in order to
fine.
have transparency, you have to have some certainty, and there is no certainty in any of this. There's wild.
So what he's saying is, the people on WallStreetBets aren't certain of what they're saying. They're not certain. Who the fuck? When you're watching CNBC. When I watch CNBC, is there ever certainty of anything ever? That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Speculation based on nothing. That is not an honest marketplace.
I'm sorry, but you're going to have to live with speculation. You're always going to have
speculation. I can live with based on
investing.
rationality. Rational speculation is one thing. Dishonesty.
How do
not.
you know that GameStop executives aren't going to take advantage of this situation and build a brand and make a pivot, just like Netflix did when they were shipping out CDs in the mail? You don't know.
They've shown
you
no
have no
evidence
idea. Either do I.
Because they've shown no evidence of that.
Neither did Netflix before they did it. Neither did Elon Musk with Tesla before he did it. Neither did anybody before they freaking did it. But my money's on them ahead of you, dude. Are you gonna be the genius that's gonna make a decision whether those guys have the knowledge and are able to do something? You, Mr. Do Nothing? I think not, sir. I think not.
They haven't even raised any capital on it. If they were going to be doing that, why wouldn't they be?
I love it. He's putting them down for not being good capitalists. Get the fuck out of here. He's putting them down. They haven't even raised any capital. Dude, get the... Some nerve from a do-nothing. Mr. Do-Nothing, make more regulations.
Be raising capital now to try to do that. They're not.
Well, Maybe they will.
Maybe
we don't know. That's the market. My whole
we
point is
don't
if they
know.
can
That's
raise
why-
capital at these prices, they should.
Man, thank you, Kevin, for being words of wisdom. Thank you for standing up against that complete idiot government bureaucrat who knows nothing. And I think we all can agree knows absolutely nothing except come down with the hammer of regulation, which at the end of the day is only going to hurt the little guy and protect nobody except his buddies in corporate Wall Street. So, you. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hit me up in the comments if you have anything delicious to say about this video. And see you next time.